Platoon. I still haven't watched Platoon, so I still don't know how he says that.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't just shout the name of the film.
Welcome back to Cross Souls.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 170, whatever.
It's in its 50s.
Yeah.
Pon's asked us a question.
Has he now?
Yeah.
Hello, Pon. How you doing, dude?
Pon says, I don't know if you guys already answered this.
It's not going to be about how we met, is it? Because we've done that about 3 times.
How
you just ate some sedatives.
But how do you and Mark know each other?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, 'twas a dark and stormy night.
Yeah.
I was riding my motorbike down the M1,
Pon,
and I saw
brother,
this bestraggled stranger wrapped
going?
in cloth and bandages on the side of the road.
I look like Mumra.
Yeah, he was clutching a can of special brew and whispering the words, "Nevermore, nevermore." So I pulled over and said, "All right, geezer, fancy jumping on the back? I'll give you a saddle bar as far as you're going." And Rick just went, "You damn Tarquin." Yeah, we've covered our origin story many a time.
Yeah, I think we've answered the question of our origin story 3 times over.
Yeah, and only once have we put the picture up of us on our first.
Sly has a question.
He does?
Which is a very good question, actually.
It's not about how shit Mudrunners is it?
Probably. He says, have you met any famous people that you didn't know were famous until after you left them?
Well, I have one, but I actually knew who it was after about 10 minutes of talking to the guy.
Yeah.
Steven Adler from Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
I was in Camden. I didn't know at the time, but Steven Adler has a band called Adler's Appetite, which is him.
Yes, he does.
And I think the vocalist or guitarist from Rat, a guy called Jizzy Pearl, and they were playing a show at the Camden Underworld, and I was minding my own business, and this kind of blonde, shaggy-haired dude comes up to me outside the Underworld. I had my headphones in, taps me on the shoulder, and he just kind of goes, "Dude, I'm loving this, man. It's a beautiful thing." And I was thinking,
the Mohawk in that.
I wasn't Mohawked at that time.
Really? Wow.
This is pre-Mohawk days, so I had a fair few piercings and everything, but I was I had a shaved head with I basically looked like Mikey from Coal Chamber from the first album.
Right.
Shaved head, clump of spikes at the front.
The female skinhead haircut.
That's the one, yeah. And just kind of randomly got talking, etc. He seemed like a really nice dude, and I thought, I'm in Camden, so I said, "Hey, dude, do you want to go grab a beer?" And we went into the Underworlds, started having a couple of drinks, and I said, so I can, obviously hear that you're American, what are you doing in London? This is your first time. And he said, "Oh yeah, dude, my band is playing tonight." And that's when I twigged. I'm thinking, holy shit, I am talking to the original drummer from Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
From the pioneering Appetite for Destruction album, which is still one of my favourite albums of all time. And after a couple of drinks, he invited me to the show, gave me some backstage passes, and had an absolute fucking blast with everyone involved. But that's my kind of little claim to fame. But yeah, I had no idea who he was, because obviously I don't know if anyone's read the Steven Adler autobiography, but the guy tried to kill himself a couple of times, had a stroke.
He had a heart attack.
Yep. And
been through the fucking ringer, hasn't he?
Yeah, and has a permanent speech impediment now. He slurs because obviously exactly. Had no idea who he was. Only until about 15-20 minutes into the conversation when he actually told me who he was.
Fucking Scooby-Doo, where'd it go?
What about
met
yourself?
The singer from Don Broco, again outside Camden. I was with my buddy Albert, and this fucking infuriatingly handsome guy walked past.
Right.
He was like one of the most handsome fucking dudes I've ever seen in my life. At that point, I was like, you know what? I think I might be a little bit gay for you. It was just he's so pretty, he's so fucking good looking. And Albert ran up to him and started chatting to him, and I was like, "Oh, who's that?" And then I went up and was, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" and everything, and just having a bit of a chat. And then I was like, "Oh, so do you guys know each other?" I was like, "How do you guys know each other?" He was like, "Oh, no, I don't." And Albert went, "No, he's the singer from Don Broco." And I'm like, Oh fuck! I love you guys. Like I've only ever heard you. I've never gone out of my way to look at photographs of you, and I'm glad that I didn't because I'd be too busy masturbating to be here right now if I was. But yeah, he was a lovely guy.
I always think it's great though when you meet someone who's got any kind of modicum of fame and they turn out to be like a really nice person.
Yeah.
You know, I've not met many. I've met a few. You know,
Oh,
I've
sneaky
fucking
bastard!
hell, bastard. I mean, I've toured with a fair few
Really.
bands, you know, and met some really cool people. Met some total arseholes as well. But of the people I've met, some of them have been so welcoming, so lovely.
That fucking killed me.
Yeah, and now they've just turned you into dandruff again.
At least I know where I'm going now, though. That running around for 5 minutes.
Yeah, that running around staring at the walls. It was like being in an IKEA showroom without the arrows on the floor.
I can't think if there's anyone else who I didn't realise was famous. No, actually, there's one guy. I was chatting to him. I'm not going to say where I met him. I'll tell you at a recording. But
yes, slightly shady circumstances, was it?
But I met a guy called Snake from a band called Tobruk. And Snake was one of the founding members with Ginger of the Wild Hearts.
Oh, dude, yes.
And yeah, I had no idea who Tobruk were, but I knew who the fucking Wild Hearts were.
Yeah.
And I was chatting to him. I was 17. I was about 17 or 18. I had the hair down to my shoulders. Fucking tattoos and stuff. And
yeah, which have since gone, apparently.
And he was... huh?
Which have since gone, apparently. I don't know, just the fact that you said you were 17 and you had tattoos makes me think, oh, yeah, because they
the thing is,
disappeared.
I was 17, I had like long hair and stuff. He's this like old, aged rocker.
Yeah.
And, you know, he noticed, and we started chatting about music and everything. I think he had like his headphones on him. He was like, oh, this is the band. And I was like, yeah, he's lovely dude. No idea who he was. And then we were talking, and then he mentioned it, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And fuck, I think there's been a couple of other times as well. Probably with.
I thought you said you know where you're going.
I do. It's down here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You got to kill the underworld werewolves.
Oh, another one was I think Toshi from Slaves to Gravity and the Wild Hearts. Not the Wild Hearts.
The Gargoyles.
Hey Hello.
The Gargoyles.
Yeah, but he was in Hey Hello as well.
Yeah. But the Gargoyles are the band that I remember him from.
Yeah.
All of our famous people are music related.
Yeah.
I've just remembered another one, like possibly aside from Stephen Adler, probably one of the most famous ones because I actually had dinner with him. And another seminal 80s electronic musician.
Yeah.
Adamant.
Oh, wow.
Adam fucking Ant.
You knew who he was?
No, I didn't know who he was.
You didn't know who he was?
I didn't know who he was.
Was he not dressed like a highwayman?
No.
This is crazy as well. You've never mentioned this before, and the amount of fucking Adamant references that we've made during this playthrough.
I know.
You never once thought to mention, oh, I've met him.
No, I've had dinner with him.
Tell this story,
right.
my friend.
Okay, right. So this was, I don't even remember how many years ago. Actually, it was a hell of a long time ago because Cyberdog in Camden was in its old position. You know how they have the big fancy building now?
I do. Yeah. I do know.
Right.
Mark.
So
you know very well that I know.
So many years ago, when Cyberdog in Camden was in the old, like, kind of Arches Market type place thing, I was maybe, I think, a year or two into having the mohawk and everything, and like whenever I went to Camden, I made a fucking day of it. I would dress up in all my clubbing stuff. I'd have eye makeup on. I'd have contact lenses in if I had any, and I had just been to a store on the high street and bought some silver contact lenses, which the guy assured me he'd never sold anyone else before, which I think was probably a lie, but I didn't care.
Oh, fuck off, you absolute bastards.
Do you want me to carry on?
Carry on.
Okay,
like, you talking isn't going to stop me from dying.
So I walked in, so I was walking up to Cyberdog, and I was talking to a friend of mine on the outside, and this guy comes up to me. Stocky, short cropped hair, bleached like literally white blonde.
Oh, come off it.
Quite chunky-ish looking. And he starts a conversation with me, hey man,
nice shot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nice little reference there. But he just sort of came up to me and sort of started chatting, asking me about my appearance and everything else. And he asked me what there sort of was to do in Camden. And I said, well, there's quite a few things around in the market, but me and a couple of friends of mine...
What kind of thing are you into? Well, I don't drink, I don't smoke.
I like it. Yeah. I just said, by the way, are you by any chance a dandy highwayman? But anyway, so we're having a chat, and he sort of asked me for like various sort of things to see and do in Camden. And I said, I thought, this guy seems quite nice. I said, well, me and a couple of friends are going to the Devonshire Arms. We're going to have a drink. Do you want to join us? And he said, yeah, that would be really lovely. He said, my wife's coming along in a little bit, so I'll message her and let her know where we are.
Fucking damn.
And I sort of said, hey, what's your name? And he just said his name was, what is Adamant's real name?
I don't know.
Is it Adam?
Paul.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But anyway, he gave me his real name. I can't remember if his name is actually Adamant or whatever. But I took him to the Devonshire Arms and introduced him to Snakebite and Black. The quintessential goth/punk drink.
Goth drink.
And he'd never had it before. And he was like,
had goth
He'd never had it before. And he said, this is amazing. I can't believe no one's ever given me this before or even thought of this. So we're sitting there having a couple of pints. And then finally, I just sort of, as the conversation kind of got to what we sort of do in our personal lives, I sort of said, what do you do? And he said, I'm a musician. And I said, well, I play drums. What do you play in? And he said, you might know actually. It was a little known 80s band called Adamant. And my jaw just dropped, and I'm thinking, am I fucking sitting here having a drink with Adamant? And I just thought, and I twigged, and I just went, mate, I'm going to go completely like starstruck on you. You're not him, are you? And he said, yeah. And I looked at him and I just thought, bullshit, because I've seen pictures of Adamant recently, and he looks like he did back in the 80s. He's got he's got his cheekbones back, and he does the makeup and the dandy highwayman sort of thing. When I met him,
he contours like a motherfucker.
Yeah, like when I met him, he was a stocky dude. He'd obviously put quite a fair bit of weight on. He had very short, cropped, almost receding bleach blonde hair.
Yeah,
and he was wearing glasses. So I thought, is this like that episode of The Simpsons where Bart meets that convict who like thinks he's Michael Jackson? But I thought, okay, I'll humour the guy. But he knew his shit. He was like, I'd sort of say to him, because after a few pints, you kind of get a little bit loose with your tongue.
Bravado. Mark.
Yeah, exactly.
The Mark. It's not even gaming bravado. It's the Mark.
It was
bravado.
just Mark bravado in general. And just sort of started randomly quoting what little Adamant song lyrics I could at him, and he followed them up straight away. He knew, and I thought, okay, maybe this guy's...
He fucking wrote
it.
Yeah,
and I was thinking, okay, maybe this guy's legit. So after a few more drinks, his wife suddenly showed up, and his wife was this really like cute, like Asian, like Indian chick, and she was really nice. She was a little bit, I think, put off by the fact that her husband was drinking with a bunch of like makeup-clad guys in a like sort of diseased-looking London watering hole. Talking to him again, carried on, and then he sort of said, look, you guys have been really lovely. Do you guys want to go for dinner somewhere? And I thought, I'm in Camden, may as well. This guy's dude, it's fucking Adamant. I'm not going to turn that down. And he said, oh no, we will go back to mine. So we got in a cab, much to his wife's chagrin, I have to say, because his wife was quite weirded out. I think that her husband had obviously just met a bunch of random people and then sort of said, you're coming back to our house. But guess who else I had dinner with that night?
Go on.
Gary fucking Newman.
Fuck off.
Yes. I'm serious. I had dinner with two of my friends, Gary Newman and Adamant and his wife.
No.
Yes. Absolutely 100% true. I'm not bullshitting.
No, I don't believe it.
Well...
It's too perfect.
I know.
YMCA.
And nobody believes me, even to this day.
How did he die if he's just doing this?
He died enraptured. Look at him.
Oh no, it's just a ghost look. It's not a death, it's just... Look at that.
Everyone else is doing
Everyone's doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except that dude behind.
Apart from him. Fuck him.
He's ruining the dance routine.
He's a loser.
I mean, honestly, are you not supposed to stand like that until a cutscene happens or something?
I don't know. I thought so.
I'm pretty sure you have to.
Not doing anything.
Well, maybe you're not standing there long enough. Do you have to, like, I don't know, hold his hand?
I don't know. It's like perfect. Look.
No. Well, there's an item in the open door behind you, so you may as well go and grab that.
I can't carry it because it's...
Oh, no.
It's bullets, isn't it?
Oh, okay, that's where we just were. But that has to be it. We have to go through the bit with the L-shaped pose. What yoga position is that? It's called the loser.
Well, can I go down? Not down.
Baby, of course you can go down.
Going down.
Of course you can go down because it's the lead singer of Don Bronco.
He's a sexy man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Am I gonna have to Google image search him to to give the old Mark seal of approval?
You'd be like, you know what? I wouldn't even. It's his eyes.
I'd ship it.
You'd be like, I don't even need to be drunk for this.
Well, no, because
I don't even need to be lubed for this.
He can go in dry anytime.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! What
Well, this is
happened there?
like as good a place as any to leave it for today. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time with more tales of completely high-handed debauchery.